And they're off. And Trueshan just misses half a beat, leaving the starting stalls, and Holly Doyle looking to drop in, perhaps get a little bit of cover as they race through the early stages, with Quickthorn, the leader from Trawlerman in the blue jacket, on the running rail. Out wide is Wordsworth, and they're followed then by Trueshan close up, and nearly a line of 4 as they race towards the winning post. And Holly Doyle definitely just trying to restrain Trueshan and getting behind now. Didn't want an early battle. And with Trueshan is Coltrane, a bit short of room for a moment there. Elderov is right on the fence, then Stratum, and Waterville is about 4 lengths behind. A little bit messy in the early stages here. Waterville out of trouble at the back. Ryan Moore content to look on. Of course, he came from last place to win the Irish at Sarowich last time. They're entering the final mile and a half now, passing the King George start. And Quickthorn striding on by a couple of lengths or so to Trawlerman in second. 2 lengths more then back to Wordsworth, a half length to the favourite Trueshan, who's trying to win for the 3rd year running. They're followed by Coltrane and Elderov, 2.5 lengths to Stratum, and a similar margin back to Waterville, who'll be a good 15 to 20 lengths off the leader, which is Quickthorn, as they run downhill towards Swinley Bottom. So Quickthorn and Tom Marquand out in front here. This horse loves to make the running, can be difficult to pass. In second place is the Ebor winner, Trawlerman. Wordsworth third. Holly Doyle back on the inside on Trueshan in the blue cap, followed by Coltrane. Elderov, the St Ledger winners, on the inside and the black and yellow striped jacket, followed by Stratum, and still at the back is Waterville. So swinging now right-handed at the lowest point on the racecourse and heading towards the 7 furlong marker. Quickthorn is slightly loose on the lead, 2.5 lengths to Trawlerman in second. In third is Wordsworth. Trueshan on the inside of old rival Coltrane. Elderov third last, second last Stratum, and finally Waterville, as now they race uphill and on inside the final 6 furlongs, and it's still Quickthorn that leads the way, but now there'd only be probably about 10 or 12 lengths first to last. Quickthorn, though, with this useful advantage. It's 3 lengths now, passing the 5 and racing on towards the 4. It's Quickthorn clear of Trawlerman in second place, then Wordsworth on the outside with the white blaze, and behind these Trueshan on the inside from Coltrane. Stratum is pushed along. Elderov still locked away towards the running rail, and Waterville is now being asked some questions at the back of the field as they run into the home turn. Quickthorn joined now by Trawlerman. It's Quickthorn by only a head to Trawlerman. Trueshan being angled out by Holly Doyle, looking for an out on the outside. Coltrane. Wordsworth didn't get the best of runs there. Elderov in behind these down the home run inside the final 2. Trawlerman took it up, but only briefly. And here is Trueshan and Coltrane, the 2 Doncaster Cup battlers, and racing on towards the final furlong. Trueshan on the far side, Coltrane on the near side. They have it between them. Trawlerman back in third. Coltrane net just in front by a nose, but Trueshan is fighting back on the far side, and he's beginning to get there. Trueshan and Coltrane head to head towards the line. Trueshan wins again. Trueshan has won again, wins his 3rd Qipco British Long Distance Champions Cup from Coltrane in second, Trawlerman in third, and back in fourth was Stratum. And they're off, and away quickly was Naval Crown on the near side with Kinross. Towards the far side going forward is Go Bears Go. Over there with Double or Bubble and Brad the Brief and Art Power as they split into 2 groups. On that far side still 2 is Ventura Diamond from King's Lynn and Tenebrism. And then further back to Fresh Rohan held up at the back of that group. Gulliver in that group with Garrus as well. Down the near side, Naval Crown leads Stable Companion Creative Force, followed by Kinross, the bright yellow jacketed Perfect Power. Then Run to Freedom and Castle Star, and Vadream is restrained at the back of the field as they head on now towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Hard to say which side is in front. Naval Crown on the extreme right with Creative Force and Kinross. They're coming down the centre, and then Perfect Power on the far side. Go Bears Go is now taken on by Art Power, Ventura Diamond, and also finishing well is Tenebrism as Kinross now takes it up on the centre, in the centre group. Kinross centre head, 2 lengths to Creative Force and Run to Freedom. Far side Tenebrism and Rohan finishing well, but Kinross in the form of his life going to follow up his foray win, and Kinross wins easily. from Run to Freedom on the near side of Creative Force. Far side Rohan, and then behind those Tenebras and Perfect Power, and late headway from Vadream. And they're away. Jumping out well was Eshada, last year's winner in the blue and white. Sweet Lady out wide, who made all the running in the Prix Vermeil. Ross Carberry going forward as well. Sela Rosa in a yellow jacket is handy towards the inside, with Tom Marquand looking to get across to the running rail and head off the two greys, Alba Flora and Thunder Kiss. Emily Upjohn is just behind the leaders towards the outside in the pink jacket. Out wide Emily Dickinson, just wide of Very Elegant. And then Lilac Road, Eternal Pearl, Insinuendo, Mimic You and Stay Alert at the rear of the field as they now run towards Swinley Bottom and the mile marker in this British Champions Fillies and Mares Stakes, the Qipco British Champions Fillies and Mares, and it's Ross Carberry that leads the way. Sweet Lady second, Sela Rosa is third. Then in fourth is Eshada, Alba Flora is fifth on the inside. Thunder Kiss is next from Eternal Pearl as they now emerge out of Swinley Bottom. After the midfield horses are Lilac Road, and then further back to Mimic You and Very Elegant and Insinuendo, Emily Dickinson and Stay Alert as they now pass the 6 furlong marker. So Ross Carberry continues to lead to Sweet Lady in second. Sela Rosa is a handy third. Then in fourth Eshada. The two greys still very handy. Alba Flora on the inside of Thunder Kiss. Emily Upjohn is well in touch. Pink jacket Frankie Dettori, followed out wide by Very Elegant. Then Lilac Road just behind Thunder Kiss. Mimic You is back on the inside. Emily Dickinson wider from Insinuendo and Stay Alert as they now run into the home turn with just over 3 furlongs left to cover. Fairly steadily run race perhaps. Ross Carberry kicking from the front from Sweet Lady and Sela Rosa, followed by Eshada, who travels well, shadowed by Emily Upjohn. Very Elegant is pulled to the outside, chasing hard Alba Flora from Thunder Kiss, and then Elegant Pearl down the home run. A wide open race. Emily Upjohn now being produced by Frankie Dettori to lead on the outside of Eshada. Is Emily Upjohn that gallops into the lead from Eshada. Ross Carberry, then Thunder Kiss. Lilac Road stays on, but entering the final furlong, it's Emily Upjohn. She's out clear. She's 2.5, 3 lengths clear of Thunder Kiss giving chase, but they're all chasing in vain. And Emily Upjohn bounces back to win the Qipco British Champions Fillies and Mares from Thunder Kiss and Insinuendo, second and third. Mile start on the straight course, and they're off. And a slow break from Inspiral. Fell out of the gate, lost a few lengths, but they haven't gone herring off, so the damage may not be too great. As the lead is held by Jadumi in the early stages, it's a steady pace. El Drama on the far side of the blue-jacketed Modern Games. Then Tempest together with the Revenant. Then Radobarg and Check and Challenge with Bayside Boy and Inspiral now restrained in last place, but not too detached after that slow start at the beginning of this Queen Elizabeth II Stakes. And out in front, Jadumi now goes a length and a half ahead of El Drama in second. 2.5 lengths to Modern Games in third. The pace may be lifting a little bit. They're more strung out than they were. Tempest and the Revenant, fourth and fifth from Radobarg and Check and Challenge, and then Bayside Boy, and still Frankie Dettori hanging on to Inspiral at the back of the field. They're inside the final half mile now. They've passed halfway. And Jadumi continues to lead by a couple of lengths to El Drama in the slipstream. Modern Games about to be produced seemingly by William Buick. Then Tempest Inspiral now pulled out by Frankie Dettori. She's coming with her run but has to be shaken up, and these leaders may take a bit of reeling in. It's Jadumi, El Drama and Modern Games. Then Tempest Inspiral still getting closer, needs to find more. Just over a furlong left to go. Jadumi on the far side of El Drama and Modern Games. Bayside Boy and Check and Challenge are finishing well. Inspiral looks beat, racing up towards the line. Bayside Boy flashing home far side of Jadumi. Modern Games near side, and Bayside Boy, what a turn of foot, wins the QE2. It's tight second between Jadumi and Modern Games. Then Check and Challenge, El Drama and Inspiral well beaten after that tardy start. And they're off. Baaeed on the inside in the blue, white epaulet, striped cap, Jim Crowley. He's on the inside of the field. The others are just spurning the inside rail at the moment. Jim is inching a little bit in behind Baaeed, wants to get off the rail, doesn't want to get boxed in. It's Stone Age that leads from Royal Champion. Baaeed is third. Then My Prospero. Out wide is Adair, wide of Baaeed. And then Dubai Honor from Helvic Dream and Max Sweeney at the back of the field as they cover the first quarter mile, running down into Swinley Bottom, swinging right-handed, and it's Stone Age and Ryan Moore that takes them along. From Royal Champion in second, Baaeed is third, My Prospero, Yellow Jacket in fourth place, then Adair in fifth, the long odds-on favourite Baaeed on the inside in sixth place, just ahead of last year's runner-up Dubai Honor, and then Helvic Dream, and at the back of the field is Max Sweeney. They're racing on towards the 5 furlong marker on the halfway stage. Stone Age by length, two in second, Royal Champion. Baaeed is a close-up third, travelling well from My Prospero. Adair behind these, then Baaeed still being held on to, followed by Dubai Honor on the outside, Helvic Dream, and finally Max Sweeney. Very soon they'll be running into the home turn. They're inside the final half mile. So Stone Age leads the way by a length or so. Baaeed going up the inside and still travels notably well as Royal Champion comes under pressure. Adair rushing round runners and joining in. Then on the heels of them now and switching out wide is Baaeed, but being held in by Dubai Honor at the moment. Adair might have got first run on Baaeed and My Prospero. Baaeed is out after them. Jim Crowley's having to push him along. They race inside the final two. Adair from Baaeed on the far side. Baaeed down the outside is beginning to close now as they race up the hill inside the final fill, and My Prospero battling on. Baaeed and Adair. Out wide is Baaeed. He needs to find more. My Prospero battling as well. It's Baaeed fending off Adair. Baaeed from Adair, and Baaeed has won the champion. Tight second between Adair and on the outside My Prospero, and Baaeed is beaten. He finished fourth. And they're off. Racing away from the stalls, Blue For You jumped out well but is restrained. Magical Morning going forward. Looks like two groups are going to develop. Johan is the leader on the far side. Escobar switches across at the back on the far side. Symbolises second on the far side. Over there also Stormy Antarctic and Tacarib Bay. And Casanova on that far side with Montatham and the other group now going across to join them, headed by Magical Morning with Ross Collin in the orange sleeves. Astro King is close up. Perotto's on the far side then from Montatham. After Astro King on this near side, Blue For You, then Orban, Sweet Believer in the yellow jacket. Towards the rear, the well-back favourite Bash Karova in the red, white and blue jacket from Accidental Agent. Safe Voyage and Migration would be the back marker. Escobar also towards the rear. Chalier on the far side. In the centre is Tyrrhenian Sea. It's Johan, the Lincoln winner right at the beginning of the season. Leads by a half length to Symbolise. Stormy Antarctic. They're well grouped here. Could be one or two hard luck stories. On the outside, Magical Morning from Ross Collin, then Casanova, Tacarib Bay in the yellow jacket waiting for a split, followed by Perotto and Montatham, and then out wide is Blue For You, very wide Sweet Believer being asked some questions from Accidental Agent and Orban as they race on now with a furlong and a half left to cover, and Symbolise coming through to lead the way. Sweet Believer runs on well down the outside of Tacarib Bay, Montatham on the far side, and then Perotto and Chalier trying to come through as well, racing up towards the line. Sweet Believer just taking it up from Chalier. It's Sweet Believer and Chalier, but Chalier finding plenty, and it's the grey Chalier that pulls it out to win. Chalier wins the Balmoral from Sweet Believer, who was hanging all the way through the final quarter mile. Tacarib Bay and Safe Voyage chasing them up, disputing third, followed home by Orban and Migration for Late Progress.